as Denji says. So you're trying to get with Miss Makima?
Yeah.
Yes. I just want to touch some big, heavy naturals. I love Denji.
Sick bastard. I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you not
What
seen
is, what is
Chainsaw Man?
Denji? Oh, no, Jacob has. I
Okay.
haven't seen. Well, I saw the first episode of Chainsaw Man, and
Denji's a fun
I
character.
was like, man, that's heartbreaking. No. Oh, let me just get another taste of this tea before we...
Denji, are you going to kiss someone tonight? No, ma'am. Aw, Denji, I thought we were going to kiss. We are!
You know who I think is a serial killer? Because that character is a serial killer. You know, just
More or
the
less.
chainsaw. I think Brian's a serial killer.
I've heard this. I've heard you speculate about this.
What do you think?
Do
Do you think you've met him?
Yeah, I've met him. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't quite see it. I know you're making the American Psycho jokes, which I get, but I don't know.
What's missing to fulfill the criteria for him as a serial killer?
He's too much of a nerd.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I don't see the I don't see the menacing aspect. I don't know. I could understand if you said Sebastian was a serial killer, maybe.
What? Okay, wait. Before we get to that, with Brian, if he just started walking in from the darkness, because you see over there, it's really dark over there, and then before anything, you heard just a little yes, and then he's walking over, and then he comes over, and he stares at you. Are you gonna feel menaced?
No, because he's probably gonna do it with that shit-eating grin on his face, which is just gonna make me crack up instantly.
Yeah, well, when we did the... what's happening, everybody? My name is Julius, and I am here once again for a podcast that hopefully you are ignoring, and I'm here once again with Mr. Exley.
Yes.
What's up, dude?
What is up, dog?
What's up? Shit, no. Fuck that. I don't know, man. You figure it out, man. You know good and goddamn well the answer to that question.
Ligma Sagandis balls.
Okay.
Ligma Steve Jobs.
Oh, God. That's how it's going to be.
Yes.
Okay. Exley.
Yes.
We are here to record a couple podcasts, actually.
We are.
We're doing them back to back. It's the first time I've ever done this. A double feature, as it were. A double feature of recording podcasts.
We'll need caffeine.
I know. I actually had a little coffee before getting over here, so
that makes sense.
Hey, cheers, man.
Yes. I've already drank mine,
well,
but
I'm catching up.
I'm gonna double brew mine. So
okay, good. Well, I'm here with Exley once again. It's been a while since he's been on. Ignore this podcast. He was on We Tolerate Comics at the beginning of the year, helping me restart that, and he's gonna help me once again. We're gonna do another chapter of Ignore, and we're going to do We Tolerate Comics and everything, and it's gonna be a lot of fun because Exley, look at him. There he goes. And
I'm a madman.
You're getting the morsels of the tea. Yeah, put it in there. There you go. Actually, I was listening to some of the podcasts we did.
Yes.
In the past.
Yes.
Last year. And we talked about a couple different things. We love talking about comic books and everything.
Very much so.
You know, I remember we're going to do Ignore first, and then we'll get to We Tolerate and everything.
Yeah.
But when it comes to podcasting, what's the difference for you between, listening and being a part of the podcast? Of any, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, since I've been lucky enough to record with you, I think recording is actually a lot more fun than listening, for me at least. I obviously just listening either to the stuff that you'll record or stuff that I'll listen to on my own, besides either Ignore or We Tolerate Comics. Obviously that's fun for me, but there's, I guess it's it's the difference between what would you call it? It's the difference between the joy of consumption versus the joy of creation. And for me, the joy of creation is a lot more you get to higher highs.
Yeah.
Consumption, that can only bring you so much joy, I feel like. So
yeah. But was podcasting ever some before we've started hanging out again? Was it something on your mind at all?
No. I thought briefly, because when I was in college doing I was doing a couple classes where I ended up, and I even kind of did this in high school, where like I basically made like YouTube video essays for like different class projects that I submitted as like, you'd have students do like some kind of media presentation where you would be given the option to do either like just like a strictly oral presentation, or you could do like a PowerPoint, or you could do a video. And when there was the option to do the video, because I like video essays as a format, I would often choose to do that. And that was always fun for me, both because it was a way for me to flex both my skill as a writer and then also my skill as an editor. And also gets you, like, obviously editing a video essay is different from editing, like, because I've edited like student films before, and it's a very different process. And I think in some ways it's actually, it's a lot more creative or freeing, because you're not, number one, you don't have to shoot the footage yourself most of the time. There's a potential, like, there's a wealth of media for you to draw on.
And a lot of the times with video essay, the subject matter isn't going to be the same as when making a film.
Yeah, and there's a way that you can kind of get into the meat of things immediately within video essay. And also just, again, going back to the whole thing of media, like because there's so much potential media for you to draw on as imagery in a video essay, you get to see a lot of like really interesting and fun things. Like for one of the video essays that I did, it was for my my AP Spanish class, and I'm trying to remember what the video essay was about specifically. I don't recall exactly, but I ended up pulling a whole bunch of clips from different sources. So like I had footage of like Eva Perón. At one point I had footage from the film, I think it's called like 1492. Yeah. I had footage of, I think it was like from British Pathé, of like churches in Russia being demolished by the Bolsheviks. I'm trying to remember what else I had. I had footage from a documentary that we watched in class about the Guatemalan genocide. I had stuff from all over, and it was just really fun for me getting to use those kinds of clips and seeing like all this different kind of archival footage.
Well, let me provide a task for you.
Yeah.
Regarding video essays. Okay, I'm gonna put out a scenario, and it's relative to what we were just talking about. Okay. Sure. So I want you to tell me the process of, like, step by step, how you would approach this topic for a video essay. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. So, Sebastian Casanova.
Okay.
As you have had your opinion, you could see him as a serial killer.
Yes.
You could see him as an intimidating force of destruction and evil.
Yeah.
Right? You've said that just now.
You're slowly putting words in my mouth.
No, yeah, that's what just happened.
I mean,
that's what just happened.
You're adding more color and flavor to my words.
I'm providing you a scenario.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. May I continue?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So Sebastian has taken two people as hostages. Okay.
Okay.
And one of them is me.
Okay.
And the other is Brian.
Okay.
And what he has decided to do with his hostages is fully unclothe them.
Okay.
And post this video saying, I'm going to undress one of them first. You, the people, decide. Okay. And it's a live stream, right? So the people decide on Brian because he's more appealing than me, right? So what happens then is that the first person who is undressed is this last person who dies. So I die.
Okay.
And then before he gets to kill Brian, who's
what does this have to do with video essays?
Wait, I'm here. Just wait. I'm getting there.
Okay.
Sebastian is then not killed. I'm sorry. He's arrested.
Right.
And charged.
Okay.
And he gets the death penalty.
Okay.
Naturally.
Sure.
Brian has a lot of trauma. So what he does is he writes a book and he options the rights for a Hollywood movie to be produced.
Okay.
And that Hollywood movie is produced.
Okay.
And it gets the 100% on the tomato meter and everything. And then there's a new conversation in the zeitgeist about, whether the movie was exploitive or if it was just a natural step in commerce because Brian's the one who wrote the book.
Sure.
but my family's not getting any financial remuneration or anything like that.
Sure.
So when it comes to this conflict of like art versus reality, with
Mhm.
Brian being naked online and me dying online, and Sebastian being in prison and
Uh-huh.
then getting the death penalty,
Sure.
how would you what do you think your thesis would be regarding this in a video essay?
Um,
What would be the most interesting point for you?
I don't know. That's a tough question. Like, you, no, I mean, like, really, like, I guess, I mean, I don't know. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is the thing, right? Is like, with something like that. So I'm like, you've asked me a totally joke question, but now I'm actually going to give like you a serious
Please.
answer.
That's what and by the way, I'm very serious.
Okay.
this no, I won't say anymore. But go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
No, I mean, like, so on the one hand, you can argue that, I mean, in this, this would depend on how much, either the book or like the film adaptation, to what degree it focuses, or to what degree it includes you in the narrative. If it's very sort of tightly focused on Brian's perspective, or if it also,
is it just about like Sebastian?
yeah, like if I think there is a decent argument to be made, like if you were to say that, like, if it is really very, very tightly focused on Brian's perspective, then that's fine because it's his story.
Right.
Obviously, your two stories intersect,
Mm-hmm.
but because it's so tightly focused, it really is his story, and it is perfectly fine for him to profit out that. Maybe exclusively, obviously, it would probably be the charitable thing to say, hey, I'm going to donate a certain percentage of my profits to like your family, or to, some, I don't know. I was going to say some charity, but I don't know what fucking charity it would be appropriate to donate to in this case. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to say the Humane Society because that's the first thing that comes to mind. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like,
PETA.
yeah, I don't know. Sorry, now you've got the Pink Guy song "PETA on my dick" stuck in my head. PETA on my dick, PETA on my dick.
That's the
PETA
song
on my dick,
that
PETA,
plays
PETA on my
during
dick.
the credits of the movie.
Yes, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Well, they also play they'll maybe also play like Nickelodeon Girls in like the opening credits, or I don't know what the name of the song is because I can't read kanji, but Seku Tsukimochi na.
Sebastian would probably know that one.
Yeah.
He speaks Japanese.
No. Oh no. Yeah. No. I do know that.
Do you speak Japanese?
Fuck no.
You don't?
I wish I did.
Oh,
I'd like to
okay.
learn it. I know Spanish, but it's rusty.
Mm-hmm.
I know some German, obviously English, and I like like etymology, so I know the roots of a lot of different like weird words, and I can kind of suss out the meaning of like some French and some Italian. Like I can read. I've tried to read like Italian Wikipedia articles before, just for fun. And I'm like, okay, I can kind of follow what's going on here.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce it. Italians, why are your C's like this? What are you doing? Why do you have double C? Like what noise does a C make versus a double C versus a CH? Can you explain this to me? I'm not even going to try to do, I don't know. I'm also kind of able to follow along with like Portuguese.
Mhm.
But it's definitely the most difficult of those languages.
Would you accept Sebastian as a teacher?
Oh yeah, of course.
Japanese.
No, I would love to.
Even
I would
if
love
you
to learn
think
Japanese.
He is a killer.
I didn't say that I think he was a killer. I said that I could believe that he was a killer more than Brian.
Well, why is that? Is it because he
I don't
speaks
know.
Japanese?
Sebastian has a slightly dark edge to him. Also, his name is Casanova.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but Casanova makes me think of like, water cooler Casanova makes me think of like American Psycho more.
Do you picture that being his, like, with American Psycho, he had the morning routine, with the face peel.
I can
the
believe it. I
exercise?
can believe it with Sebastian more than I can with Brian.
Why is that?
I don't know, cause like, I don't know. I feel like
Is it the laugh?
I'm trying to remember what his laugh. Well, whose laugh? Brian's or
Sebastian's?
I don't know that I've heard his laugh. No, I feel like he's just like he has a suave and a charm that's closer to Patrick Bateman. Than,
okay. So you agree he is a charming guy.
Sure, yeah. I mean, like both Brian and Sebastian are very charming, but they're different. Like they're different kinds of charming. And I think I don't know. Like, how would you describe?
Well, clearly Sebastian's charming is more dangerous.
Yeah, I guess that's what I would say. Like, yeah, I get on. There's he's wolfish.
Wolfish.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Or maybe like rakish is a good. Yeah, rakish is a really good.
Well, explain that.
Rakish means like a rake is like a dandy.
Okay.
Oh,
I see what you mean.
So like a kind of like hip bohemian young man.
Right.
Yeah. Rakish.
That's Sebastian.
Rakish. Yeah, I think I could say that. I mean, rakish, I think also.
Would he wear a turtleneck? Is that the kind of? Does that fall in the?
If you're maybe if you're a French rake, maybe.
He speaks French.
Yeah, he does.
And Brian, what adjective would you have for him? In terms of his charm. Because Brian, obviously, it's a softer charm.
Yeah.
Because it's not I completely disagree with that, but it's a softer charm in terms of how you look at him.
I would say so. Yeah, I mean, like if Sebastian is wolfish, then like, I guess Brian is more like a friendly golden retriever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like he's friendlier.
Yeah.
Safer.
I don't know. He's slightly warmer than Sebastian, I feel like. I don't know.
You find Sebastian to be a little more standoffish? A little bit? Or you have to work your way into there?
Yeah,
into
maybe.
Getting to
I don't know.
him?
I just feel like he's slightly more reserved than Brian. I feel like Brian is very like.
Well, Brian is very external.
Yeah,
right?
he's very exuberant. Not to say that like Sebastian is like a total introvert or anything. What?
I'm just remembering the first time we four, myself, Brian, Sebastian, and yourself, hung out.
Yeah.
Really after the rap party for Lightspeed.
Yeah.
And we went to go play pool. Are you gonna go get your tea?
I'm getting my tea.
Yeah, get your tea. It's been there for a bit.
Also, you're totally asking me this to just stir up some fucking drama with the three of us.
No, man, I don't.
This is gonna be the next. This is gonna be the next Brian versus fuck, not
Justin?
Jacob, Justin. Yeah.
I don't know what you mean by that. I'll ask you about that in a second.
Yeah.
But when we went to go play pool, I could totally see how you got those perspectives on each of them, right?
Sure.
Because you saw whenever Brian would make a point or get a ball in the hole, he'd go ape shit. Wait, what?
Nothing.
Oh God.
Hey, Brian, that fits for Brian, you know? He would agree with that.
Yeah, he probably would agree with that. Yeah. But no, listen, I'm not asking this for the sake of drama, even though it's awesome.
Awesome.
It's awesome. I'm asking this because you're a smart guy, and you have a very important perspective in this, because I think it's a scholarly perspective in terms of like you have
that's a horrible thing to say about a man.
No. You have an objective perspective, a more objective than me perspective regarding these guys, because you've seen us in action.
Sure.
And when I ask you about the whole the craziness, them being psychopaths, I want to know who I should be keeping an eye out for.
Do you feel endangered by either?
Yeah. I feel very endangered by Brian right now. He's been showing a different side to himself to me. He's been showing a little bit of a monstrous side of himself to me.
He's been walking up behind you and going, yes.
He's been coming up to me from behind, and like how the scenario I just told you. He came up to me one day at my work, and he was just like, he came up from behind while I was behind the counter serving people. And he came up, and people were like, does this guy work here? They thought it was Harrison for a second, but they came up. He came up to me, and he came up from behind and was like, Julius. I was like, what the fuck? And then he was gone. He wasn't there.
Like a UAP at Skinwalker Ranch.
He's haunting me. He's haunting me.
Have you looked outside your window at night to see if he's there?
Oh, dude, yeah, he's always there. He's always there. Are you kidding me? He's done that shit to when he's come over to record podcasts.
I actually believe that. I
Yeah,
actually believe that.
like he comes over to my place to record a podcast at night, and he'll come up to my window and he'll knock.
Oh, sorry,
No,
sorry to
you're
interrupt.
good,
That
you're
reminds me. So this happened like, this is back in December.
What?
Yeah, no, this is back in December. Sorry, because you mentioning Brian, you mentioning
Getting
Brian.
flashbacks.
Well, yeah, well, no, it made me think about this one time. So I got off late from work because I work the night shift. I got off late from work, very late. It was after 12.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I think it was almost like 1. And I was like, fuck, okay, I need to get home. I usually take the train home. Train's not running.
And you don't want to be on the train that late anyway.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
like when it wasn't like this, 10 years ago. Part of it is just the economy's in the shitter.
Sure.
But like when I go home, there's routinely people, like obviously homeless people, but like people on drugs. It gets rough.
Yep.
And this is on the Gold Line. Gold Line did not used to be like this.
No.
You expect to find that shit on the Red Line, the Purple
It is-
Line.
and the blue line.
Yeah, like those are rough. But anyways, so I was like, fuck, okay, it's late. The train's not running. I have my bike with me because I bike from, my house to the station and then from the station to my work.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I don't want to bike all the way home. I got to take a lift, but I got to stow my bike somewhere. It's like, oh, okay, wait, no. So my friend's house is pretty close by. I'll just stash my bike at his place. But it's late. I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? So initially I go up to his house thinking, I'll just find like a pipe somewhere that I can lock my bike up next to. Should be fine. But then I go up and I see, oh, there's light in my friend's bedroom window. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's great. I can see if he can open like the garage door for me and I can stow my bike in there. Much safer. But it's hard to get because the way his driveway is like the driveway is much lower than where his bedroom window is. So I have to stand like on my tiptoes on like a pipe to try and get up to his window. And even then, like I can't, my head's not in the window. I can only get my hand.
Yeah.
And first I see the light in the bathroom go on. It's like, oh, he's in the bathroom. So I try throwing rocks at the bathroom window to try and get his attention. And while I'm throwing rocks, I can hear him pissing, and it sounds like he's frying chicken.
Oh my god.
So as I hear him pissing and I'm throwing rocks, I can't get his attention. I was like, fuck it, okay, this is not gonna work. I gotta try to get his attention as he's coming back into the bedroom window. So what I do is I stand on this pipe and I stretch my arm to try and rap on the window.
Yeah.
It's like you've seen In the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah.
It's like that scene where Sam Neill is in
Oh my
the
God.
cell, and you see that hand just rap on his window. I was doing that, and I scared the shit out of my friend as he was coming into his bedroom, just seeing this hand rap on his window. But I call his name pretty quickly, and he's like, "Okay, you're fine. It's just you." And he's like, he's like, just so you know, like I was scared pretty shitless when I saw just a hand rapping on my window. And I was like, yeah, I knew what I was doing. It was pretty creepy.
I wanted to be that.
Part of me did want to scare him just because that's fun. You
Yeah.
enjoy scaring your friends, but yeah, I mean, I knew like
Well, I mean, it was probably closer to 2 at that point, huh?
it was probably like 1:30 or
1:30?
thereabouts. Yeah.
Well, it's funny that you bring that up because I've been wanting to ask you about this.
Yeah.
And I feel like you haven't had justice in this regard, in regards to the podcast, because you were slighted on the podcast
How?
by Miles Mendoza, Miles R and bitches.
Oh, this is the Halloween
Yes.
thing? Yeah, I texted him. I was listening to that at work. And I texted him about it. Like, I'm never gonna fucking live this down.
Let me explain for the audience what I'm bringing up. So we did a Halloween podcast back in Halloween with and Miles was there, and we were telling spooky stories. And Miles tells a story about when you guys were really young, like kids, like
Yeah.
what, like 12 or 13 maybe.
I think we would have been 12.
Okay.
I would have been 12 at the very least, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you were really young,
Yeah.
trick or treating by yourselves, no parents or anything, and you're going around.
Yeah,
in
repeat
this
that
town-
phrase.
And you're going around to get candy, and these guys, like these teenagers, older teenagers, come up
They're
to
probably like high school.
High schoolish,
Yeah,
right?
they're probably like juniors or seniors, is my recollection.
you. Okay, so they come up and or they drive up or something.
Yeah.
And they ask where to get the best candy, right? And you
Something like that.
or they say
I don't remember
around
exactly
there, right?
Yeah, I don't
More in
remember
town.
exactly what led up to it, but yeah, the point is that like I told them that we were alone and like
Young.
barely pubescent children.
I think the way Miles put it was, yeah, we're alone and we're only 12.
yeah.
At which, as you heard our reactions to that, we were like, what in
Yeah.
the world? What?
Look, I was
So-
a stupid kid. I'm not even gonna contest his retelling. I don't even care at this point. Like, I'm not even gonna test it. Yes, I was a stupid kid. I'm not even gonna argue with it at this point.
What do you remember was the motivator in saying that?
I don't
As a
remember.
little
I
kid.
was happy to have autonomy as a child. It was exciting. I was out with my friends on Halloween, my favorite holiday.
What were you trying to prove that you were on the level of those teenagers?
No, I was just
you trying to smoke
genuinely.
with them?
I was just genuinely happy. No, I was straight edge. I didn't have drugs until I went off to college. I was super straight edge.
But for all you know, these guys were in college.
I would be very surprised. I don't know. That's not not my recollection.
Were you trying to score?
No,
You weren't.
no.
Okay, I'm just asking because
I
I
was
was
just-
concerned.
I was just genuinely happy to be out with my friends trick or treating.
Do you consider it a miracle that you're still alive after this incident?
Maybe no. I don't know. I really don't think that we were in as much danger as
Miles might have thought.
as Miles may have thought. I mean, I'm sure that I don't know. Maybe they were gonna do some like hell hunt shit with us. They were gonna throw fucking eggs at us and bottles of piss. I don't know, or balloons of piss. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah.
Well, why?
Was it stupid? Yes, of course.
Well, with Miles, he, he's obviously very traumatized regarding this.
He didn't seem traumatized to me. He seemed to blow through that recollection pretty easily. He seemed to get some real joy out of humiliating his friend on the internet.
Come on. Well, now you can, that's why you're here. All this time after. I wanted to hear your side of it. So you were just happy to have a good time.
Yeah, no, I'm
with
not
your
even. I'm
friends
not
and
even
everything.
gonna. I'm not even gonna contest Miles's recollection for the most part. Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't remember what he said about what he thought my motivation was, but yeah, no, it was not like I was just. Yeah, I was just.
You weren't inviting anything.
No.
You were just, if anything, you were exclaiming
Yeah.
and announcing to the world, I'm on my way to growing up.
Again, like a moron. Sure. Yeah.
Come on. Was it a musical moment for you?
No.
The music swelling up in your mind and everything, and you're on your way to,
No.
because musical numbers are all about self-expression and
Sure.
everything, like The Sound of Music or Willy Wonka and all that shit.
Full disclosure, I hate musicals for the most part.
Well, so this wasn't a moment like that for you, because if a musical number had started at that moment,
No.
where you're in the middle of it, you're the one who's leading the number. You don't feel like that would have been natural?
No. I was too concerned to get candy. I was too concerned with getting candy to sing. Also, I probably would have been a terrible singer at that age. I probably would have been terrible.
Was that the last Halloween you spent with Miles?
No. I spent like when was the I think the last time the last time I went trick or treating, or at least the last time I really celebrated Halloween was sophomore year, right?
Really? It's been that long.
Yeah.
And you were with Miles that year?
Yes. Yeah, no, I was, because I think sophomore year. So I definitely celebrated. I definitely celebrated freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember, and I'm pretty sure Miles was there, I remember going as Affleck's Batman, and I remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
you had the suit and everything?
Oh, it was like homemade, but it wasn't.
Oh,
like,
okay.
It wasn't like something that you bought at like at like the, what is it? The Halloween. There's like the Halloween store that pops up every year. I don't.
Oh
know.
yeah, sure.
I know you know what I'm talking about.
Spirit.
Yeah, Spirit Halloween
Yeah.
store. Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, and I also very specifically remember because I met Harrison's two friends from Loxa for the first time that year.
Brian and Sebastian.
Because it was Sis and Cram, Chris and Sam. I'm gonna call them Sis and Cram now. That's gonna be two characters I'm gonna make up now.
Sis and Cram.
Sis and Cram. It's like Ren and Stimpy. But yeah, I remember very clearly I met them for the first time, and I remember that was the first year that he went off. Because I mean, that was the first year he went off to Loxa, and then the second year I remember, yeah, I went. That would have been Miles. I know for sure was there, because I remember we didn't go trick or treating, but we went to the this haunted house that I think it's the Schroders, the thing that they organize.
Oh yeah,
every year. Yeah,
that big haunted house and everything.
Yeah, we went to that, and I went with a couple of my friends. I know Miles was there. I think Miles was dressed like a luchador. And I also went with my eventual girlfriend. We went. I think we got together a few months after that. And
what happened there?
With the haunted house. Oh, I mean, it was great. Because when I got, I was scared shitless. So like we got into the haunted house, and for like the first 5 minutes, like they get you into this kind of like hallway area, and there's like a chain link fence, and it's got like some kind of drape over it, so you can't see what's behind it. And they have performers like bang on the gate to scare you and spook you and get you into the next area. And at this point, like, you know, performers are starting to come out and you're starting to interact with them more. And I'm so, because this is the first time I've been in a haunted house, so like I'm scared shitless and I'm starting to like hyperventilate.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm trying to hold my shit together. I'm trying to regulate my breathing, and I'm just like, I told my girlfriend, I'm like, just please hold my hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm fucking dying here. So she just comforted me for like those first 5 minutes, and so I was like, okay, I'm okay now. And I was fine by the time that we got like maybe halfway through. I was like, okay, this is fine. I'm in the mood now. I got the swing of things. I'm actually like interacting with the performers now. It's like, okay, I'm okay. And then we went through it again. Another time I was like, okay, this is fine now. But yeah, for the first 5 minutes, I was not doing well.
It was kind of
I was not doing well.
Dude, I'm there with you, man. Haunted houses, especially those ones where they touch you, and
they're
shit,
not fun.
Not for me, man.
I don't like them.
No.
I can't do like, I don't know if you've ever been to like Universal Studios and Halloween. Like
no, I've been wanting to. I've always missed the opportunity to do that's something I would want to do actually.
Really? That seems horrifying.
Well, no, compared to some of the other stuff that's out there, you know, like that's put it in perspective. You know, dealing with like Chucky, that is this little guy that I can just kick over. No,
yeah, but they also have like Michael Myers and like.
Mike's never been scared to me.
Really? I don't. I mean, I guess like of the slashers, he's definitely the least scary.
I mean, he's intimidating, for sure.
But
Evil Dies Tonight. It's as simple as that.
Don't remind me that fucking
the last movie I saw of him, you know, his whole. Did you see it?
No, I saw the Halloween 2018 in theaters, and I liked it. I didn't see the second one, but I saw Red Letter's review of it and was disappointed by it. The third one, their review of it makes it seem promising.
I mean, it was all right. It was, you know, there were cool stuff in it, but
yeah.
the very end of it, I was just
they threw him in the wood chipper.
I was laughing. I mean, because it just now I'll forever think of the dummy they dressed up and threw in the wood chipper. Yeah, wood chipper. But also doing that photo shoot with Harrison for him is.
Oh yeah. You guys, I forgot he dressed up as the Shape.
Yeah. Yeah, he dressed up as Michael Myers, and he was the most intimidating one there. But then I think it's Harrison under there when I see Michael Myers. So, and he's a friendly guy and everything. So I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Mike. No, the ones where they kidnap you, put you in a truck, and drive your ass to a warehouse somewhere in the desert. Those haunted houses are fucked up, okay?
Have you heard of stuff like this?
I think Crystal and Miles were telling me about one like that.
I could believe that Crystal's into stuff like that. and she would drag Miles to something like that.
Oh yeah,
and traumatizes him.
Well, you know, Miles is like, I love you. I'll do whatever you say. I'm going to be there to protect you. I'll resuscitate you.
I am a nurse.
I am a nurse, you know. Did you was Miles
He's
ever bringing
probably-
that up when you guys were hanging out on Halloween when you were little kids?
What? Him
Like
wanting
that he was
be
going to be a nurse?
No, because I think I don't remember when. I mean, it would have been in high school that I think he decided
Considering
that he
that?
started considering that kind of career path. Because I think up until then, I think he was more interested in. My recollection is that he was more interested in pursuing a more strictly creative career. Because of that, even in I want to say even in middle school, he was playing guitar.
And bass. Well, bass primarily.
Oh, yeah,
He's a
bass.
bassist, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think at that point, I think he was most interested in doing music professionally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what. I don't recall if he ever told me what got him interested in doing nursing as opposed to pursuing music full time.
I'll tell you the story right
Yeah.
now. Let me tell you the story. So Miles and I have known each other for a long, long time.
Yeah, longer than
Very
me.
long. Yeah, very long time. And we had a drama class together.
Oh, that was the other thing. Is he was also
You want to be an actor?
Yeah, he also
Yeah.
wanted to be an actor too, which is part of the reason why we continue to build our friendship. Because I was into like student filmmaking.
I'm the reason he doesn't want to be an actor.
Okay, I have you to blame.
I'm gonna tell you the story right now. And I like that your water bottle has an X on it, by the way.
It's to make sure that I don't mix it with my mom's.
I noticed that. It's great. So let me tell you. You ready?
Yeah,
So we had drama class together during high school
yeah,
with Mr. Enright,
yeah,
who you remember.
yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
I liked him pretty,
Not
I
a-
liked him.
Fantastic.
But
drama
there's all
actor.
sorts of stuff.
Yeah, he obviously had
I-
his issues. We won't go into
We're
them.
not
But
going to
yeah,
get into that, but there was plenty of stuff going on with
he did his best.
Mr. Enright. Yes. So, and by the way, let me just preface the story. Like his relationship with Crystal, I am responsible for him not wanting to be an actor. I'm responsible for the relationship and his career path. This is my my project. This is my.
He really
sign.
is. You're rich.
He's my Robin. He's my Robin.
Yeah, don't tell that to
Well, he was Robin the
Frederick Wortham.
Well, no, dude, he was Robin when you guys were approached by those teenagers. On
Yeah, that's right.
Halloween.
Yeah, he was. He was Robin from Arkham City. And then I think when he also, or sorry, Arkham City, because he doesn't show up in Asylum. And then he also did Scarecrow from Arkham Asylum.
Oh,
one
yeah,
year.
he told me about.
I don't
that.
remember which year that was.
It was one of them.
It was middle school.
It was one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me tell you.
Yeah.
So we had drama class together,
Yeah.
Mr. Enright's theater, and what happens is that we have to go for this project for the class. We take a day trip to Fullerton,
Right.
over in Fullerton, where it's a big theater.
Yeah. No, I've been there
convention.
for.
Oh, you went there?
Yeah, I did. I performed a scene from Albert Camus' Les Justes, which is an adaptation of a really great novel called The Pale Horse, which I highly recommend.
Fantastic.
It's about it's a memoir written by Boris Sivinkov, who was a member of the Socialist Revolutionary Party in Russia. Was a prominent member of the White movement that fought against the Bolsheviks. Really great novel.
Well, that's fantastic.
Wonderful novel.
Well, I don't know if you were down there with us that year.
No, I wasn't.
But you did go down there.
I did. Yeah, I did it my senior year.
Okay. So I don't remember I think it might have been my junior year this happened. But,
Probably.
So what happens is, Miles and I are scene partners
Yeah.
for the scene in, I think it was Of Mice and Men,
Okay.
where he kills the.
Does he kill the
brother,
mouse?
His brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know
I've
that
never
story,
seen.
right?
I've never seen Mice and Men.
Oh, okay. Well, he has a kid he has a brother. It's been a long time, but it's of this farmer, I believe. From what I remember of the scene, it's this farmer and his brother who's like got mental problems, who's like slow. I'll just put it that way, and they're talking about the horses, I think.
Okay.
Like, tell me about the horses, George. You
Wait,
know.
why does this sounds really familiar now?
It is
It's
very
prob-
familiar.
It's probably one of-
I'm describing it horribly, but people will know.
Yeah, it's one of
People
those
will
pop
know.
culture things that's in
Yeah,
the ether that
absolutely.
you just absorb.
There was a Key and Peele sketch where they adapted the scene.
Okay.
Where they have you seen the rap battle? The rap battle sketch?
No, I
What?
have not.
Okay, so he's got the hype man and everything. The rapper has the hype man who's just going overboard. He's like, "Ah!" Like he's yelling at everyone. And he takes him to the lake,
Uh-huh.
and then he's like, just look ahead, man. Look, that's where our future is, man. And then he kills his friend. So that's what
fucking
this,
dark.
Yes, but it's a joke on this
Okay,
story.
okay.
So I think Miles played the
Played the slow.
I played the older brother, and we are performing this scene in like
Uh-huh.
a classroom,
Yeah.
and we're sitting on the floor while everyone is watching us sitting in like their school seats.
Yeah.
and it's really just
It's
awkward.
very awkward.
and bad, and it's like what the because it was a competition. It was like to
Yeah.
see who gets through. You know.
Yeah, who advances to the next round.
Exactly, and we didn't because I think Miles was more committed to the scene than I was because I was a very nervous and distracted performer.
Sure.
Back during high school, high school. Now that I think about it, it's just all a blur, and it's like who the fuck, who was that?
Who was
You know
I?
what
Yeah.
mean?
I feel the same way.
Yeah, right. Like you know that feeling, but
I mean, it's not like a blur, but there is a definite feeling of like you really were a different person at that point.
like someone else was holding the reins during that time. That's crazy. But
I mean, it's a good sign you've grown at least.
I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, that would be the hope. That it's not like because there's two different ways you can interpret that. Either you've gotten worse or you've gotten better.
or yeah, and the third unmentioned one is you want to go back,
Yeah.
which is not good.
No.
But yeah, we were there, and the scene happened, and I was forgetting my lines. Miles is very committed to it, and Miles is giving me that look he usually gives
Just
me.
like the
Talk about the rabbits, George.
I can totally hear his voice saying that.
And we didn't continue from then on, and it was. I think that's when he was like,
This is not my thing.
acting is not for me.
I gotta deal with fuckers like Julius.
I know, right? I got to deal with these fucking people. Oh my god, that's funny.
Well, speaking of which, how the fuck do you know trauma people?
Oh, because
How the fuck do you know trauma people? That was a fucking shock to hear them on your podcast.
well, yeah, thank you. A couple weeks ago, I interviewed a lovely married couple, Asta and Clay. Please listen to that, Chatting with Asta, because you'll get all their information there. They're actors and writers and all that good stuff.
I now want to follow them.
You followed them?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
they got their start together, at least as a couple,
Yeah.
at Trauma Entertainment. And I work with Asta. Asta works at my work. So Harrison works with Asta.
I may have run into her one time not knowing who she was.
When you were at the shop?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because I was house sitting and I was like, oh, I want to get some food. I should pop into to your work and get like a breakfast burrito or something. And I think I may have seen her.
Blonde chick?
Yeah, blonde woman, medium height.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it may have been her.
Mm-hmm. Really friendly, really
Yeah.
nice and everything.
Yeah,
you know?
I brought my friend's dog in, and I fed her. She was like, oh, there's some treats there.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, oh yeah. That dog was cheeky. I don't know. I don't think it was that same walk, but a walk. I think either the next day or the day before that, he picked up just a KFC biscuit that he found just while we were walking. He was like, oh, that's a biscuit, and I tried to get him to let go of the biscuit, and he wouldn't. Cheeky dog found a biscuit, and he ate it because I couldn't get it out of his mouth. And I was like, oh God, is he gonna get poisoned now? And thankfully, he didn't. But.
Well, they're really nice people, and it was. Did you grow up watching Trauma?
No,
Or have you watched a lot of Trauma since? Or?
No. I still haven't. I don't think. I've seen like parts of like Toxic Avenger. But no, like I know. Obviously, I know
You're familiar with.
Yeah, I know Trauma's
genre.
reputation, and I know that it's something that I would like. So, but yeah, no, I was like, you're one degree of separation away from the head of Trauma.
I know,
Just
right?
let that sink in.
Mr. Lloyd Kaufman himself.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, no, they're really nice people. They're really nice people. Yeah, so Miles doesn't want to act anymore.
Yeah.
Even though he did some acting for me for Lightspeed and everything.
No,
And
yeah.
He was really good in it. He was really good in
I was
it.
gonna say, he did. I don't even know how many times he's acted for me or my friend Amin. Because I never fucking finished a single student film that I made. Because I was always over ambitious. I was like, oh, I want to do like an adaptation of like The Long Halloween or Brian Azzarilla's like Joker novel, or like I want to do the one that I think I got the closest to finishing was I filmed what was supposed to be like a pilot episode for a crime TV series.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got close to finishing that, and Miles was in, right? Was Miles in that? I actually don't know.
Who was Miles? Was he the crackhead?
No,
or-
I don't think he was actually. No,
He wasn't in it.
No, but he was in a lot of other stuff, and he also I want to say he also helped out another mutual friend of, not, you don't know him, but a mutual friend of Miles and I, Amin,
Mm-hmm.
who, that man was industrious in high school when it came to actually making student films. Like he had commitment. Like he made maybe like half a dozen student films, and,
Wow.
and we're talking like these are like hour long, maybe hour and a half long.
Oh my lord.
Films. Like
That's commitment.
yeah, and he's not super. I don't think he's super proud of them now.
But hey, he did them.
Well,
you
no,
know?
well that's the thing is like because he was like the first big film that he made. It was because he's a big Tim Burton fan and found out about Ed Wood from Tim Burton.
Yeah.
And got turned on to Ed Wood because of that, and really liked his movies. And it was like, hey, I want to make something in like the kind of universe that Ed Wood established.
Like that type of style and everything.
Well, not just that style, but like using Ed Wood's characters. Like the first movie he made, I think was called like Kelton the Cop, and it actually had Harrison as Kelton the Cop.
Oh my lord!
From Plane 90 from Outer Space, and it's got me in it as the police commissioner.
You've been in one of my short little student films.
Yeah, that's
during high
right.
School.
Yeah, well, and obviously, also had a bit part in Lightspeed.
Yeah. But like before all that, like when we were in high school together, we would talk and everything.
Yeah.
I think we had gym together.
You did, yes.
This was during your green hair period.
Yeah, that was because I had gone as the Joker for Halloween.
Okay, yeah. See, that makes sense. See,
Embarrassingly, it was Jared Leto's Joker.
oh lord.
Yeah. I put spirit gum over my eyebrows to make it look like I didn't have any. It was bad.
Oh no.
It was not fun taking that out, but I insisted. I
That's
liked the green hair though.
It was green.
Yeah, and it actually faded decently well. After a while, I decided to dye it purple after it really faded, and purple does not fade well.
Yeah, no. Purple's a whole other animal.
I wish I had gone with like blue or pink or something like that.
Yeah. But it's like I remember working with you on that little. It was very brief.
Yeah.
When we were shooting that little winter formal video for that, because you remember during high school they had the whole winter formal contests
Where
of
you submit the video, and it would be like it would basically be an excuse for people to film like these big kind of extravagant ways of asking people out to the prom.
or not.
What do you mean?
Well, the submissions that were there, that because our film wasn't accepted, but the ones that were there were just, some of them I remember
We're kind of basic.
really basic.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There was one of them I remember that stands out where it's like, okay, this is kind of sweet, where it was like, I think the guy had asked the girl out to go on like a kayaking trip.
Okay. I think I remember that.
Yeah, and they like kayaked from one end of, I think it was like a lake or something. They kayaked from one end of the lake to the other, and then on the opposite beach, written in the sand was like, I don't remember what exactly it was, but basically like written in the sand was asking her out to prom, and it was like, okay, that's kind of cute because there's actually like, there's
that. I mean, that's an adventure.
Yeah, there's a romantic build up to it.
Yeah, sure.
Where you're actually going on a kind of journey and experience with someone, and then there's a big payoff to it.
That's one of the good ones.
So that's actually like kind of heartfelt and sweet, even if it's something like the actual ask is simple, but there's something like I can imagine like even though like maybe that's not impressive for us seeing it from the outside, but for the two people experiencing it, it's like, okay, that's actually really sweet.
Yes. Well, ours was definitely a parody of the whole thing. So
Yeah,
that's
it
probably
was-
why it wasn't
That's
accepted.
it was probably like, okay, these guys are taking the piss out of us.
These guys are making
these
fun of us.
fuckers.
But so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna explain just the premise of it,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna edit it into the end of the podcast. How about that?
Yeah.
But so it's about it stars. Let me put it that way. Our friend Jacob,
Yes.
back when Jacob was, chunky Jacob,
Yes.
Chunkub, and I love Jacob throughout. All Jacobs, you know what I mean? It's like Doctor Who. It's like different versions, and, you know what I mean? like, and now he's like Edgar Jacob.
Who's the master to Jacob's doctor then?
Miles.
Does Miles have a excuse me, they're not breasts, they're bumps.
You know what? Honestly, if there was any master to Jacob's doctor, it would probably be me.
I could see that. I could see that.
But so
Miles is a Dalek then.
yeah, Miles is canine.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Is a mechanical dog.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was the doctor's pet.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it was
I
big
don't-
during the Tom Baker era.
Really? Okay, I'm not super familiar with like the early doctors. I basically
Okay.
know like
Well, they brought him
David
back.
Tennant, and then
They
going
brought him back
forward.
during Tennant's time.
Did they? I
It's been a while.
no, I know the only era of Doctor Who that I ever, and even then I never was like a religious watcher. The most of Doctor Who that I've seen was during Matt Smith's run.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
And now Matt Smith is Morbius, or not Morbius, is his brother.
Hey, he was awesome there.
He should have said it's Morbin time during that weird dance he was doing.
We can talk about that during the
comic.
comic panel.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's about Jacob,
Yes.
this film, and it's about him. It's like a found footage kind of deal.
Yeah.
And it's about him going through the high school looking for the girl he wants to ask out, and
picturing
then I'm the one filming. I'm kind of his HUD to his main character from Cloverfield.
Yeah.
And then he finds her, and then you're gonna have to wait till the end of the podcast to find out what happened. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. You show up in there. Justin's in there. Jacob's obviously in
I
there,
get I get crushed, don't I?
No,
No, I
I
don't.
don't think so.
I vaguely remember being like killed by like the Cloverfield monster.
No, I
No,
don't think so. No,
maybe I'm misremembering.
yeah.
What happens to me in that? I don't
well,
remember.
We're not gonna spoil it. We're gonna you're gonna find out at the end of the podcast.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But yeah, no, I would have liked to seen it up on the big screen.
It would have been nice.
You know what I mean? That's for making films, you want to see them on the big screen. No matter what the film is.
Yeah.
Whether it's bullshit or stop motion or really good or whatever.
Yeah.
You just want to see your shit up there. God damn it.
You don't want to have Sarah Jessica Parker be like, these movies are terrible.
Do I really look like a horse?
I wrote that part for my girlfriend Dolores. There are plenty of parts left. Like what? The secretary, the file clerk. Ah!
I always felt bad for Sarah Jessica Parker for
Yeah.
all the jokes that, like, about her and her look, and because I don't think she's a bad-looking woman
she's
at
not
all.
an attractive lady.
Yeah,
She's perfectly attractive. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, she's good. She's fine. I mean, I think it started with
yes.
yes.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Look, before we get into the
Sarah
comic
Michelle
podcast.
Gellar.
Oh well, yeah. Come on. Anyway, before we get into the podcast of
Yes.
the comic books, the last point on the whole psychopath discussion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you think, or what you told me? I'm being careful with how I phrase this. Okay.
You're starting some shit up.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No. This is what happened. This is what was said. You can go back to the early parts of the podcast. But when it comes to Sebastian, like, is he more like a Norman Bates or like Patrick? You said Patrick Bateman originally,
Patrick
but
Bateman.
like Patrick Bateman.
Yeah.
In terms of like, is it because he has some style or he has
He doesn't have
elegance?
some
to
style.
him?
He has style.
He does.
Yeah. He's a very stylish man.
So that's why you
Yeah.
picture him. If he were to be a serial killer,
He's too bohemian to be Patrick Bates.
So who then?
Or sorry, Pat.
Or you said
sorry,
Norman Bates.
I said Patrick Bates. Norman. I did
Bates.
a fucking Rich. I fucked that up. I fucked everything up.
Fuck.
Folding table. No. He's too debonair to be Norman Bates.
So Patrick Bateman makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And Brian. What?
Who's Brian?
Brian as a serial killer. Likelihood and serial killer he can be most attributed to.
For Brian, I'll say a 4 out of 10. For Brian, are we talking like cinematic characters?
Yeah.
You know what? No, because of the images you put in my head, because of this podcast, I'm gonna say Buffalo Bill.
Oh my lord. Well, that's fair.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Oh, you want me to do it? Here.
Yeah, do it.
It puts the lotion in the basket. Yes. And it does so when it's told.
You can just imagine Brian being like, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
Yes, I would.
Tucking his junk between his legs and dancing in front of the mirror.
Oh my god.
You can see it.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm looking at it right now.
He would do that for a laugh, I feel like.
I'll Photoshop that.
No!
You asked for it.
You've already made that man into MODOK. Not even MODOK, fake MODOK.
Phodoc?
Yes, Phodoc. Yes, he's That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Joke of the show.
Phodoc.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I won a fridge. But I did make him Phodoc.
Yeah, it was good.
But you liked it.
Yeah.
It fit.
Yeah.
It worked.
I like it.
His face it fit in there.
Yeah. Better than Corey Stolls.
They should have gotten Brian as Phodoc.
I mean, they should have just not had MODOK in the movie to begin with.
Wow.
He's not MODOK.
That's a whole other thing.
We'll talk about that in a moment.
That's a whole other thing. Okay. Why don't we take a break and then we'll get into the comic podcast.
Yes.
Everybody, enjoy. First of all, this is going to be released after the comic podcast. So listen to the comic podcast that was released yesterday. And also enjoy the short film starring Exley, myself, Jacob, Justin, and everyone else.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Stay safe. And goodbye.
Hey.
But, hey, are you ready?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Jacob Yanez. I'm here asking my crush to homecoming.
You mean Winter Formal, right?
Hi, my name is Julius. I'm here asking my...
Your name is Jacob.
Hi, my name is Jacob Yanez. I'm here asking my crush to Winter Formal. Was that good?
Yeah. So where are you supposed to meet her?
She said she'd be around.
Well, she's not hard to miss, is she?
Yeah.
Hey, have you guys seen her?
Have you seen my crush anywhere?
No.
Alright.
Hey, have you seen my crush anywhere?
No!
Weirdo.
Have you seen my crush anywhere?
No, of course not.
What was that? You know, I'm done with this.
Man, I wonder where she is.
I don't know, but I gotta get to class. I'm already late.
Alright, give me the camera. I'll do it myself.
Alright.
Well, this is a waste of time. I might as well just give up. Oh no! Oh, hey, there you are. I've been looking for you all day. So, yeah, I don't have a date to formal, and I don't know if you have a date, but if you don't, I was wondering if you would like to be my date. It'd be a real pleasure if you were, Miss Clover. So, yeah, so what's your answer? Yes, I'm down here, Clover. Oh, God, my daddy! Oh, God! Oh, God! So, can I pick you up at 8?